What's up guys, C-Mod here, back with a brand new video. Today we're doing a comparison between the Nikon D5200 and the Sony ZV-E10. Now these cameras came out at different time periods. The D5200 came out almost like a decade ago compared to the Sony ZV-E10, which has come out recently. Not only that, but the Nikon D5200 is a DSLR compared to my camera, which is a mirrorless camera. So a little bit of a difference there. Anyways, we're going to be comparing the two to see how good the video quality is on each camera. Now here's a heads up with the Nikon. It actually does not record at 4K, and it only goes up to 1080p at 30 frames per second. However, it does actually get 60 FPS interlace. So technically it's not 60 frames per second, still 30 frames per second, but it blends together to give you that 60 frames per second effect, kind of. So there's that, I guess. As for my camera, obviously goes up to 4K 30 frames per second or 1080p full 60 frames per second. Okay guys, so this is what the Nikon D5200 looks like. I'm not gonna lie, the quality on this is pretty impressive for what it is. We're at 1080p 30 frames per second, and I have to say this is pretty decent. I have it on its just automatic settings, got my light set up and everything. I don't know why, but on my screen looks like my face is a little washed out a bit, but whenever I put something up closer, something you can definitely tell the lighting changes quite a bit and stuff. Let's zoom in a little bit, see what we get here. Oh yeah, this is pretty good quality, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, it looks pretty good. The only downside to the camera though is if I move far back like this or very forward, it starts to blur. Like, it doesn't continuously focus in on me like my Sony camera does, which is a bit of a downside. So it is nice to have it plugged in and have a screen set up so you can actually see and make sure that you're always in focus when using this camera if you're recording and stuff. But I mean, for what it is, this is pretty impressive, the quality on this thing, for what this camera is worth. And now, this is the Sony ZV-E10. Now you can definitely see a difference between the two. I feel like there's a lot more detail here, background's a lot more blurred out, detail is a lot higher and stuff, and the light doesn't feel too overexposed on me right now, which is nice compared to the Nikon camera. But overall, I don't know, you be the judge of which one you think is better. Okay guys, so comparing both cameras, I'm not gonna lie, the Nikon D5200 wasn't that bad. With the lighting that I had set up for it, kind of like how I had this camera, it looked pretty dang decent. Now, I'm still going to say my camera is still a lot better compared to what the Nikon offers, but I will say this, I still think the video quality on that camera is pretty decent. One thing I didn't factor in though, is the time limit. You only get about what was it? I think about 15 minutes to record with it before it just cuts off, and then you guys start the recording again. Compared to my camera, which it doesn't have a time limit. It doesn't get any of those sort of things, which is awesome. So there's that too. But regardless of all that, I still think this camera here, my Sony camera, still beats it by a landslide. But anyways guys, that's going to be it for this video. Again, I just came up with this video. I thought it was a cool idea since I own both cameras and just want to see how good the Nikon could actually do. So with that being said, thank you all so much for watching the video. If you enjoyed this, make sure to smash the like button. If you're new, subscribe with notifications on so you don't miss any videos. That being said, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.